Welcome from the campus of St. Thomas University. Joe Rulin joined along with a great broadcast talent and team knowledge, Jimmy Thurman.
Oh, thank you.
And Jimmy, we got a matchup here at the St. Thomas University taking on your Minnesota Gophers and ACH hockey coming your way on this Thursday night ice.
Yeah, brand new facility here. You know, you can just feel the tension already. It's game time, JoJo.
No time to dust the puck off.
That's right.
They drop it and get at it. I love it. St. Thomas through the neutral zone, a wonderful facility. And they've just launched here probably just a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Pressure behind, little shot taken there. You're right, Jimmy. They're fired up and coming at it, holding the zone, sending it to the low slot, then directed into the corner. Getting there will be Keegan Johnson, holding zone far point. A shot here, blocked up front by St. Thomas. That was done by Brady Noor. Moves it up, neutral zone, skating out. Noor acquaints himself with the puck, drops it to the far point, now sending it down low. Noor looks to center, behind. A no-look backhand, but picking it up and bringing it up ice is Minnesota, and that was a good play defensively in the right spot there for the Gophers. Back behind, now circling back, Luke Myers. A good look here right out of the gate, ready for that. That's a great time to introduce tonight's goalie for the Gophers.
Wowza. Man, I'll tell you what, if you ain't, that ought to wake you up real quick. You know, Jack in goal here for tonight's game, he just got tested real quick, Joe.
He did.
And another one.
Point blank opportunities just near the dot, skating out. Gophers now control.
Big intense rivalry here, Joe. I mean,
these
two guys are good. This is going to be a fast-paced, big hitting game. That's going to be exciting.
Skating through, getting by the defense, looking here, going to pull the trigger. Good job defensively to get back and disrupt that shot by the Gophers as the Tommy was skating in and having a good pure look there. Trying to tip up and send it deep was Luke Myers, but it stopped there by St. Thomas.
Ooh, another big
collision
hit
at the blue line. A lot of juice on the ice tonight, a lot of excitement, and what a great venue.
We got some testosterone brewing in the building here tonight.
Moving up around, Drew Fisher got around but sent back. Will wave off the ice with just under 18 to play here in the opening period. No score for Minnesota. This game number 6 this season. They come into the mark of 2-2-1. Battle in the corner is Moses coming over to help out. And now they'll work it up along the far board, across the red line. Dump and chase in play here. Moving it back is Kuznick. Couldn't quite catch up with the puck, and now St. Thomas moves it to the far corner. Trying to lead a teammate down there, and Anthony Madigan. Madigan, one to watch out for. He can put the puck in the net along with just about everyone else on that first line for the Tommies. Corner. Again, good center up there right in the blue. Redirected back out, but Kuznick that time with a beautiful center. Kuznick picks up the loose change and now skates in, tries to get around the defense, unable to do so, and that's Ben Tarleton out of Woodbury, Minnesota. He'll headman it up and catching it on. Fly here now, more action coming, and off the mark. Behind, a little buzz from the Tommies again.
Tommies are just firing it up here. Big hits. Love it.
Good pressure, and you can see the fans along the board as well here. Trying to get a clean breakout. Disrupted by Minnesota. Sent flying a St. Thomas player. After that check, absorbing that check was Dylan Buteau.
Might have a little icing. Here we go.
We get the ice, 16 and change left here in this opening period. Boy, a lot of excitement, and I'll tell you, this arena, it just kind of creates it naturally, doesn't it? Just organically.
Yeah. Well, when you have these two teams on the ice, you're going to create a lot of things. And I'll tell you one thing, a little shout out here to St. Thomas. Michael Shear, had his years here at the Minnesota. Unfortunately, the Gophers wouldn't open up his medical part for school, and he had to come over to St. Tommy here. But and always enjoyed hanging out with Mikey, number 4 down here. Like to see him maroon and gold, but I'm glad you're still playing hockey, bud.
Yep, Michael Scheer out of Eagan, Minnesota, who Jimmy is referring to here. We'll get a whistle and see if that faceoff will transpire in the St. Tommy's offensive end. So far this season, 2-2-1 for Minnesota. They have scored 17 goals, surrendered just 14. Jack between the pipes.
Yeah, Jack's got a really hard pronunciation for his last name, doesn't he? I always just say Jack. We got the crowd going crazy here on the glass. You couldn't. This is just excitement, man. This is what hockey's all about.
Jack comes in with a goals against of 2.47 and a save percentage of .923. A lot of traffic in front that time. Gathered behind to the side. Another follow-up shot, trying to find it between the post and the pads, and it's moved back out. Now here comes Minnesota up top of the face-off circle. They're generating some speed. That's Jack Sand. Also over to help out Bishop.
Oh!
A deflection high in the air, and finally, I got some hang time, Jimmy, on that deflection.
Number 9 here, Keegan Johnson, he came ready to play in the very first shift that he had. He had 3 hits right away, a couple shots on goal. Right there at a beautiful scoring opportunity in front of the slot there. Look for this line to really tune it up for the Gophers here tonight.
6-2 shots on goal in favor of the Tommies, and Gophers netminder has turned away everything just yet, but some great pressure. Behind the net is Riker Sable. Pressured here. They'll try to reset, but pressure continues to circle in, and that's Mogren for Minnesota. Pinching in, trying to help out with that clamp is Anderson. Cross center and wheeled in by Bruner. Off to the corner, backhand now. Replaces it from the far corner here. Good job to hold the zone, but not for long. Is skating out. Here comes the Tommies. Checks hard at the blue line. That was Madigan.
Stepping up here. Beautiful step up here by Tortolot here for the defense for the Gophers. Oh, beautiful pass up front.
Just missed. Got a tip, so they wave off the ice. That one just about connected. Just an inch or two away. Center ice now, trying to hop the stick, and a 2-on-1 occurs. Now here's the chance for the Tommies. Shot here, safe. Pad save again. Looking stellar as Jack. Point blank. There's been 3 point blank opportunities.
Right.
He's been able to make the save on.
Very important to have a hot goaltender in these games.
Working hard through.
Nice save.
Puts the shot on, and good second and third effort that time by Kreutzmann out of Apple Valley.
Yeah, it's good to see, the Gophers are finally just starting to really get to enjoy, the guys on their lines now. We're a few games into the season. The gelling is starting to process, everybody's starting to look really good. And it's fast-paced Gopher hockey here. This is going to be an exciting game, Joe.
A tremendous facility here, the campus of St. Thomas University, and part of the Anderson Sports Complex. Got a chance to park in that nice new ramp as well.
Yeah.
It has that new car smell to it, doesn't it? The ramp. Breaking in now. Gophers with a chance. A wrister that time whistles wide, holding the zone. Now sending it right back over. Another look here. And a goal!
What do you got here? Nice.
Good puck movement that time, Jimmy.
Caleb, yes.
And it paid off, moving the goalie left to right. And
Caleb got the old winner there, boy.
Good second and third. They got the puck back and sent it right back and put it on the stick of Caleb Engelbrecht, his first goal of the season.
Yeah, I want to say Luke Myers may have had the assist on that too as well. I don't know if we have a replay on that at all by chance, but it looked like Luke was playing D on that far end and just, got it over to Caleb. Caleb just fired up to the net, and I think it might have got maybe deflected, but all in all, it's a goal for the Gophers, and it's 1-0.
Well, I hate to make the introduction to the goalie. We just hadn't gotten there yet.
Right.
Action has been so fast, but Van Eigner between the pipes.
Oh!
What a lined-up check and a collision. Following up with another check activity coming fast and furious as Choi came over to protect his goalie.
How is that not there's got to be a penalty here. I don't know about you,
Sweeping
but
in that time.
I'm kind of speechless right now. There's got to be a penalty here.
Looked like Winston Wheaton, who came in behind and laid a check that time on Jack. There you get a look at the follow-up on the goal.
Are you kidding me?
Good placement,
Wow.
good effort. I'd mentioned Van Eigner is the goalie tonight for the Tommies. Last season he was
Johnny,
8-2.
can we get a replay on that by chance, bud? Wow. I'm in shock. But hey.
It was the collision behind him.
Well, needless to say, the Gophers are going to be a man down here for whatever reason. I don't know, Joe, but if you saw something I didn't see, but our goaltender, the Gophers
Troy
goaltender
picked up the penalty. I think it was maybe they thought it was retaliatory, even if they didn't see the first one. Certainly that chance. Let's see how St. Thomas can do on the man advantage here tonight. A chance for them to tie it up. 90 seconds left with the man advantage. Gophers doing a good job of challenging them as they come out of their own end. Floats back behind and on that penalty kill unit. Able to clear, and Anderson a big part of that, and send it back length of the ice. 1:10 as they touch the puck. Swing behind their net. Now reverse ice as Stone King, last season 11 goals, 20 assists, moves it up ice. A long pass just beyond the reach, but now skating in, trying to split the defense. Getting to it first, the defense of the Gophers, and lofting it deep and through the neutral zone. So 45 seconds as the Tommies exhale behind their net and then start it up.
That last name gets me kind of hungry.
Let's go! Got it! Countering it. Tying this up at 1-1. There was 37 seconds left on the power play. And lighting the lamp for the first time here tonight, Connor Stoffel. Stoffel out of Hastings. Last year.
Number 5 there? Number 9. Number 9 here.
Number 9.
Right. Connor Stoffel, and I think the assist came from Danny Pasqua.
Yep.
Well, it's
Pasqua
1-1.
was out of Minnetonka, so there's the power play goal. Comes at about 8 minutes into the second period, forcing pressure. Circling behind their own net. Engelbrecht, who has the Gophers goal, and the Tommies countered with their own power play goal.
You know, the Gophers got to take that in stride. You know, it may have been a bad call, good call, whatever it may be, but they still got to keep playing the intensity that they're playing.
And skate through here, dropping for the teammate there and continue to move it. That's Gotti. Holding far point there, Ryan Madigan. Brings it along, and now the Gophers try to come out clean. They make a tip, they get it on the far side, moving in, shot from the dot.
Nice.
Just missed the net, but a good opportunity on that quick rising wrister by Ethan Peterson.
Looks like we got a penalty coming up on St. Thomas here.
Circling just inside, they'll take it back out, pull Jack the goalie, and they have the extra attacker on as they try to position themselves for a goal until St. Thomas can touch up. Bringing it right back again, and they'll cross center ice. Tangled up, good pass right at the blue line. Carrion, poke check there. Now it looks like they'll probably get the touch up, and they do. With 10.5 to play in this first period, it's a 1-1 tie. A power play goal by St. Thomas, and an even strength goal tallied by Caleb Engelbrecht, his first of the season. And now the Gophers get their first run at the man advantage.
Yeah, we're going to see a nice power play here by the Ghost. Been doing a lot of work at practice. So we'll see how practice turns out here today.
Face off in the Minnesota offensive zone, just to the left in the far corner. Scurrying that puck free. Trying to work hard there finally. Back out, Peterson. Heads it up now to the far near side here. Rister hits traffic. That was Choi. There's a party on the puck right now.
Yeah.
Finally, they're moving it along. Back out to that far point. Skating in. That hits traffic. Did not make it to the goalie. And sent right back down. We're midway through. Just midway through here. Opening period. A lot of action coming your way from a impressive facility here at the University of St. Thomas. Moving, cutting, setting, shot, save made, skating in, good challenge, good save, and they control the puck, the Gophers. Shot near the dot, they'll pass near the dot, hits traffic, hustling after it. Tommies get it, send it back, length of the ice, and we are south of a minute left on the man advantage. And the penalty, got a last-minute look at the puck coming to him. He heads to the bench, he'll make a specialty unit change. Fresh skates out there, behind, now trying to center. Good hard work, Kreutzmann was looking to get a deflection or something on that puck. Back out through the neutral zone. They'll cycle and move their way through. Set up at that near point. Back down, low, a quick wrister trying to sneak it in the short side. That was Luke Myers. Back to the far point, 10 seconds left, one-timer, kind of a whiff on that, but Myers gets back to the puck to control. Over to the far corner, Kuznick has it now, moves up. Shot from the dot, save made, trying to get that rebound on that backside and unable to get a clean rebound shot on that. But back at full strength, successful penalty kill for the Tommies. Through the neutral zone, moving it up. A look, shot, good job of deflecting and really obstructing that shot coming off the stick that time was Bruner. A good defensive play, freezing the puck would be the Gophers' Jack.
I'll tell you, Joe, what did we have here? I think it's Riker said. He phenomenal stick play back here to save the Tommies from getting a goal on him there.
One-timer here just misses the net. Good setup in the high slot. Just missing the net. An opportunity by Drew Fisher. You look at some of the goal scorers for this Tommies first line. Last year was Anthony Madigan, who had 22 goals, 21 assists. Austin Stone King with 11 goals, 20 assists. And then Drew Fisher, 11 goals and 18 assists, all on that top line.
I'll tell you, that top line is phenomenal. They play really well together. Fisher, just a phenomenal hockey player. Big goal scorers there.
Front, the flex. Defense trying to work it out from behind the net. Converging was Stone King that time on the Gophers. Still working it, and it circled back. Good forechecking now here for the Tommies. A no-look pass between the skates by Torlati. And that is caught right at the blue line. Not out. Close, but not out. Fisher sends it deep in the corner. Stone King doing some work. Trying to center. Good job to deflect that puck right back to the corner. That play in that instance there by Minnesota, that was by Cerrone. Into the netting, we'll get a whistle. We'll get a face-off with 7:15 to play in a fast and furious first period. 1-1 tie.
Yeah, great job by Kuba and Sammy line here, going against their top line, shutting them guys down. Phenomenal job by that line.
And they win the face-off. A key part there on that draw by Bishop. Into the corner, doing some work. Sand centers. One-timer and a pad save. Good setup. Good movement. Goaltender that time again makes another save. That's Eigner. Eigner comes in last year with a 2.26 goals against. And again, a record of 8-2 last season for the Tommies. Feverishly working hard in the corner, making it difficult to move the puck up was Jack Sand. A drop off to Johnson. Johnson. Shot wheels all the way around, and Tommy's able to dump it to center ice. They reload, do the Gophers, and ring it right in. The shot taken, but hits the skates of the defenders. Not a big time hip. And a hip check literally that time put on Trenton Thiessen.
Will Anderson, a big hip check right there. Big body he is too.
Moving in, here's a chance. Johnson at the end of his shift, and Keegan fires one wide and heads to the bench, quickly races there to change out. Under 6 to play, a long pass up ahead, controlled and settled, and now moving in. For the look there as Gotti, Gino Gotti. He had 18 goals last season. Whirling, half wall, sets it up now on the doorstep in the carry out. Thought maybe the Gophers were going to get a jump on a pass attempt there, but the blue liner decided to hold on to the puck, and a good idea. That's Michael Scher.
Big Mike. That was his nickname.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. I told my daughter tonight that we're playing Big Mike. She's like, what? I thought he was done playing hockey.
Grad student here, huh? About a chance and a good look. Snapping in a drop pass. Peterson gets the look.
Oh.
He's usually providing the dimes. That time he got one on a stick. Some extracurricular pushing and shoving has transpired here in front of the St. Thomas goal. 5:03 remains in this first period, but still plenty of energy on that ice and a 1-1 tie.
Great patience by that line right there. Can't say enough about the intensity that's been brought by all lines here right now.
And Mogren will pick up a penalty.
I was just going to say, they probably got something out of that. And there's another, you know what? That's not a bad call, but I tell you what, if something like that's going to happen in front of the net, take them both. Don't just go one. Because everybody's throwing jabs, face washing, doing what you got to do, but just don't take one.
I noticed Michael Scher was also having a nice conversation with Mogren as he was skating towards the penalty box. Again, Scher out of Eagan, Minnesota. Some time with the Gophers. Wow, some good physical play. Continue to get at it here behind, trying to set it up and sweeping it away with the stike just in front. What point-blank quickness and a goal. No, they're going to wave it off.
Yep.
They called the puck dead, I believe, or the net is loose.
Yep, the net is loose. Good call, Joe. Yep.
Here's a flurry of scoring opportunities. The net was loose. You can see it was loose long before the contact from the stick to the puck. Wow.
Yeah, good call. Great saves by Jack. I think he had 2 or 3 or 4 shots right there until that net went off the carrying there.
Yeah, he uses that stick well. A pass initially that came out. He was able to kind of usher it away.
That quick poke check right there was a game saver, a goal saver, I should say.
Absolutely. Trying to apply a little pressure on the penalty kill for the Gophers. That's Joey Greenland. A wrister misses the net, rings along the board, but still able to hold the zone. Fisher, high slot shot here, deflects, gets another one back again, ready to receive that puck and cover it up. As Anthony Madigan was persistent with getting a couple of good looks. Again, he had 22 goals, 21 assists last year, 4 power play goals out of Inver Grove Heights, and some nice stick work, good pad work too, good quick skates that time by Jack.
Yep.
1:17 left in the power play. 4:15 left in this first period, tied at 1-1. Tommies looking to take their first lead of the game. Play backhand now along the board to the far side. Moved up, Riker Sable had it there. Pass, nice shot, deflected.
Good job by Choi there, deflecting that.
Those little things take some time off the clock.
Yes, sir.
Just keeping that stick down and active. Half the wall, skating it, Scher has it across the way to the far point. A shot here cannot make it to the goal, and a nice play defensively, and Minnesota will send it back deep here. 25 seconds left on the kill. Jumps ahead, cross, moving in. Joe Lodot, follow-up shot, goal! Streaking through the low slot on the rebound.
Yep.
St. Thomas has taken their first lead of the game, and they've done it on 2 power play goals. And getting the tally will be Riker Sable out of Rosemount, Minnesota.
Yeah, you can't, it's a good goal there. You got a shot on goal. You got the rebound, comes straight back out front. Really giving Jack no chance at doing that second save on that, but the D's got to do a little bit better job of getting that puck cleared out front of the net.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily crash the net, but he crashed the slot and cleaned it up. So 2 power play goals for the Tommies. Peterson trying to get a shot off here, but he'll ring it along the board. Try to reacquaint himself with the puck as he usually does around half side. Always looking to distribute the dimes when he's out there. More traffic. Good job to hold the zone and keep. Peterson couldn't working in on that shot. This one's pitchforked its way through the neutral zone and lands on the blue line for Minnesota.
Oh.
Chopped up here, no penalties, a couple of swats going by. Avoiding a check, but picking up the loose change quickly. Bursting in, a good-looking speed, lifted and deflected off the stick into the netting for a face-off. 1:36 remaining, but Dylan Buteau showing some good burst speed. He's out of White Bear Lake.
Very, very quick. I was just going to say he got a quick burst of energy right there and almost bypassed our D. Almost got in and get a nice low shot on, but he just shot that over the corner of the shoulder of Jack.
Gophers win the face-off and win the race down ice. Now trying to control. A breakout now here. Opportunity now walls to a 3-on-3 in front of the doorstep. What a beautiful feed. What an impressive feed from on top of the face-off circle and setting the table on that back door for the Tommies. And you get another quick look here.
Wow.
Getting the goal was Madigan. Getting the dime was Fisher. Placed that thing perfectly. A 3-1 lead now for the Tommies. Their first even strength goal of the night, and that goal for Madigan comes with 1:18 left in this first.
You know, you're talking about the goals and so forth here on those stats here earlier. That just goes to show you how talented this line is. And just the persistence of Fisher. I mean, what a beautiful pass to Madigan there.
That was a dime. Wow. South of a minute to go. Battles in the corner. Pinching in now. Here come the Gophers trying to unleash a good shot, but it's moved off the stick. The time of Engelbrecht.
The Gophers need to focus on stopping that line, and they need to keep playing this physicality game and be smart. Stay out of the box.
One-timer, top of the face-off circle, and that one is fanned on. But numbers, a couple of trailers for the Gophers here at the blue line, but they'll get to the blue line and send Choi down to the ice. He hustles back to the bench. A backhander hits the seams of the corner of that wall, and stoppage of play here, and we're going to get
You got a penalty here or what?
a penalty.
Too many men? I didn't see. I must have just a whistle. Huh. Oh, well.
I guess an official change.
Yeah.
Veto that. 17 seconds. They dropped the puck left in this first period. 4 goals scored. 3 so far by the Tommies and just the 1 for Minnesota. 3 unanswered goals as the Gophers had a 1-0 lead early in this first period. Controlled again by Madigan. That's Anthony, AM. So end of 1 complete. Shots on goal, 15-8. And the lead 3-1 in favor of St. Thomas. Your thoughts on that first period, Jimmy?
Well, I'll tell you, it was a very, very fast-paced game. It seems like wild that it's over with already. But I'll tell you what, I mean, intensity-wise, you're going to get this kind of a fast-paced game with these two teams. You know, the physicality was right where we say it was going to be. They got to shut down that Fisher line. I'll tell you that, you know, the whole Gophers getting heckled down there going to their locker room.
I see that.
But, yeah, this is kind of what we expected, you know, as this game is going to continue. It's going to be fast-paced, and we'll see what happens here in period 2. Make some adjustments here with Coach Johnson and the coaches, and we'll see what transpires. But I look forward to, you know, what's going to happen here in the next period.
Yep, you're right. They got to stay out of that penalty box because they were 0 for 2 on the penalty kill in that first period. And we'll see what transpires. We'll let you get down to the locker room, Jimmy Thurman, and we'll return back here just at the beginning of the second period and see what the Gophers can do to stack some goals and tie this up here in the second period. We're at the end of one complete, 3-1 in favor of the Tommies versus the Gophers. This is ACH Hockey coming your way.
Yep, I'm good.
Now we are back. Glad to have you with us here on a Thursday night ice coming to you from the campus of St. Thomas University. It was 15-8 shots on goal for St. Thomas, but they have a 3-1 lead, caught one even strength goal also late in that first period. What was the discussion during the intermission, Jimmy?
You know, kind of things we talked about here. You know, just staying focused on our game, play the game that we want to play. You're going to get, you know, caught up in the hype of, you know, the adrenaline and so forth, and stay out of the box, as we were saying. Just get back to playing Gopher hockey. And don't get into all the extracurricular, you know, things that go on. Just stay focused and patient. And, you know, we're not going to get all the calls we want, but hey, it is what it is. You know, the penalties kind of took control of that for us, so we just have to periods behind us, and we just got to jump on period number 2.
Well, St. Thomas, this is their third game of the season. They come in at 1-1. They scored 5 goals, surrendered 2, but yeah, everyone's kind of getting their skates under them, and like you said, now for you guys, it's game number 6. You're starting to get that feel and the cadence of, hey, the right shifts, who you're with, power play, specialty units, all of that. But certainly the Tommies came out with some fire. And
I mean, they do that every game. I mean, you know, this is a top-level team, and you know, if you want to compete with the big boys, you have to compete with a team like this, and this is something that we've always focused as a Gophers to, you know, this is the team that you want to play every weekend, you know. Unfortunately, we can't, but, you know, it'd be a lot of fun, but this is the kind of caliber hockey that the boys look forward to playing every time, so this is why these games are such fast, intense rivalries, you know.
Then you also have had, you know, as you said, 5 games previously, and, you know, you have more games as well coming this weekend against Bethel, I understand.
Right.
So a chance to kind of get into that zone and get things set and the players back onto the ice. They were doing some cleaning along the boards, it looks like.
Yeah.
This rink still has that new car smell to it. And
I don't know what they're spraying down there, Joe.
I know. I was just going to ask you because I did not know. I've not seen that spray before.
I've never seen that before.
And yeah, it's a great setup again. This is the Penny Anderson facility here at St. Thomas.
That's one thing I don't like in hockey is the heckling behind the net of the goalie. You know, I don't like that. They should actually say something about that right now, pounding on the glass and doing that. But I don't like that.
Yep. Of course, you as a former goalie yourself.
I mean, it was kind of fun, you know, listening to it because you're a goalie. I kind of like, yeah, okay, great, you know, bring it on.
Sure.
But it's just that heckling. I just, I don't know. Not a fair atmosphere for play.
Correct.
But it's hockey, you know.
Yep. And you can see it's about, 6 rows of seating that are just below us, and then you have the benches. So limited seating, but nonetheless a beautiful facility.
We got about 3,000 people here, Joe. You know, I mean, it's a packed house.
SRO as we fire a missile here just off the mark.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to be right at the get-go.
And a power play. No.
Why is the whistle being blown? Wait a second.
A roughing penalty.
Can we get a replay on that by chance?
A roughing penalty has been whistled on Minnesota. I think it's going to go to number 21, Jack Sand.
You know, as we talked about in the locker room, you know, we're not going to get all the calls, but there's another penalty I don't understand, but hey, we are away.
It is a face-off draw here and a quick goal.
Right away. Here we go.
Just 5 seconds in.
And the goal is off the herring there too. He's moved that back.
They win the face-off and
wow. Just like that.
Continue the pressure. This time An assist by Drew Fisher in the first period on a nice setup to Anthony Madigan, who picked up first goal of the season. But then it's Drew Fisher who picks up the power play goal early here in that second period, just 5 seconds into the man advantage, and then just 22 seconds into the first period, second period rather.
That's a punch in the belly right there for the Gophers. You know, they gotta stay focused here and not get frustrated. You know,
trying to come out clean, they hold and keep at least momentarily.
Yeah, I wish I could have saw a replay on that. I wish I could have saw that. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, it went beyond my digital vision as well. Wraparound, short side, good attempt by Peterson, kicked away.
Yeah, the Gophers get the answer here real quick. I mean, it'd be nice to see the Gophers to jump back, maybe get a quick goal here to get the momentum changed here a little bit.
St. Tommies goalie, Van Eigner. 8-2 last season for the Tommies. Made that quick save as Peterson tried to sneak a backhand by him. Coming from behind the net. Loose puck settled over the logo, sent back by the Tommies, and they'll start it up ice. Disrupted again there by Peterson. And a whistle for the offside there.
Well, I'll tell you that Fisher line. You know, these guys are something else. That Madigan, Zone King, and Fish.
44 goals last season alone, just last season for that line. And they've accounted for about half of the goals here. 2 of the 4 already here tonight. 4-1 lead for the Tommies. We're underway second period. ACHA hockey coming your way. And the Gophers going to try to center. Good job in the high slot. Couple of good looks. Turned away. Quickly trying to cut into that deficit.
Oh.
Circled back up this time as another good opportunity. Tried to jam it. Scores! Oh, they answer. The Gophers answer and now cut the deficit to just 2 goals. They were buzzing around the net, and finally,
just as I said, you know, the Gophers needed to rebound here and get a quick goal here. And Mogs comes through in a huge way. I don't know who that was behind the net that set him up right there, but what a great pass. I think it was like a good forecheck through there as well.
Mogren gets his first goal of the season for Noah. Noah's out of Matamidi and cuts into this deficit now at 4-2. You mentioned it, Jimmy. It is so significant to get out there and get a quick goal.
Yep.
And
the
answer.
Was big. Yep.
Let's see if that can drive it here. Pass just beyond the reach. Attempting to get there was Margell, but now back the other way on the stick of Choi. Choi moves back, allows some area to clear, trying to get it on a stretch pass across. Picked up. Brister this time misses the net on that shot by Wedward. Coming back, good stick work shot here. Fan to the last minute, stick with it, and Jack makes that save. With some searing speed coming at him. 4-2 lead now as the Gophers at the first goal of the game, scored by Caleb Engelbrett in that first period, had a 1-0 lead, and then St. Thomas 4 unanswered goals, and now a check right at center ice.
That was so powerful it broke his stick too. Holy cow.
Joey Greenland got low, bent those knees, and delivered a big time check right at center ice. Rister misses the net, but holding the zone. Good
that
job
had to be
there.
Probably one of the most powerful checks I've seen in the last probably 5 years.
Yeah, that was on display, center ice right here. Wow, well done here. Back the other way now, trying to reciprocate the goal and apply some pressure. That was Winston Wheaton. Bringing it along the board, puts it right on the stick and in the mojo floor by Torty.
Joe, did you see that puck in behind the goalie there almost went into the net?
It did. A 2-on-0 break, shoving it in, sweeping it, and snapping it in that bottom sock drawer. An explosive move coming in towards the Gopher goalie and getting the second goal tonight in the second period alone, Drew Fisher. Drew Fisher, his second goal tonight. Last season, 11 goals and 18 assists.
I want to see how that transition there, but I don't
Yeah, I'd like to see how that evolved myself.
I don't know if that was a missed play here at the D or what happened. To get a 2-0 like that, really odd. Well, here we go. I mean, about 4 minutes ago, I was saying about how the Gophers should answer. Well, we need another quick goal here.
Very much. Peterson between the legs to the corner. Then they get it back to the far point, setting it up just inside the blue line. Deflect, trying to screen. Goalie here getting back out in front. A quick wrister, a rising wrister on that shot. A save made. That was Luke Myers. 2-on-1 numbers. Again, stepping it up, trying to set it right on the doorstep of the back door. Couldn't get a stick on it, and back come the Gophers. Shot from the dot. This one hits traffic in front, deflected. 15:06 to play.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, this line is just on fire today, but I'll tell you, they got to do something to just tweak this momentum swing that they've got. I don't know if coach needs to figure out. I don't know if it's our Sammy, TJ, and Dylan. Maybe change up our fourth liners to maybe second liner to go against them. But I think it's time to do some kind of shuffling.
Deflect, good job. Tried to put a shot on, but the puck moved away that time off of the stick of the Gophers. Time in Kuznick now. St. Thomas flying high. A 5-2 lead. That's the first line for the Tommies. Have 3 of the 5 goals. Trying to reciprocate with some pressure there and trying to get a tip. Unable to. Trying to send it from the near point to the far point to Choi. The Gophers will reset, refuel, and come back out behind. Shots on goal a lot closer here. 21 now to 18. Both goalies being tested. There's a drop pass, and it's going to end up on the stick. Well, back out to center ice. Fisher. And sends it ahead. A one-time drop. Trying to hold his own and doing just that.
You know, the one thing that Gophers are doing very consistent is staying with the body. Being consistent playing that body, finishing their checks, letting these guys know that they're still here, you know. It might be a 3-goal game here, but I'll tell you what, just a couple quick goals can turn this thing around real quick.
Let's see if they can maybe tap into see what their depth of endurance is for the Tommies, if they can continue to play them and shadow them here and put a body on them here in the second period. 13:33, a whistle, face-off will come just to the right of the Gophers. There's another
going back to that
check
center
there.
ice there, that check by Joey Green.
Wow.
Man.
Electric.
Woo.
That was electric.
If that had been the NHL, we'd have had a bench clearing brawl. One thing I like about college hockey, you know, you get a good hit, it's a good hit. In the NHL, you got fights going on. Those guys don't like getting hit.
Check here, moving the puck. Both teams exchange it. Now picking it up, Fisher. Fisher looking for the Hattie. They'll put up a backhand pass, but no one home but the Gophers were. They miss on the outlet pass. Tommies circled back in. Fisher again stops on a dime. Looks to distribute, but it's taken off his stick by the Gophers. Almost a chance that evolved as Marcel gets behind the net, tries to feed. Set back now. Here's a chance. Skated in, backhand, bouncing puck, unable to settle, but then the follow-up shot probably tucked it into the jersey.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. It went off the face mask.
I think it went in and down in front of his chest there. I think he's digging for it right now.
You can see how quick that puck came up, and he made the save, but it ricocheted off of that mask, the bottom of the mask, and tucked it into the jersey. You know, he could have skated that one home tonight. No one would have noticed. 5-2 lead, 12:30 left, second period. Joe Rulin along with Jimmy Thurman, one of the coaches here with the Minnesota Gophers, and this is ACH hockey. Across center ice, holding it back. Now setting it. Long stretch pass, cannot connect, disrupted by the Gophers. They try to kind of tilt the tables here and put more pressure. Plains him downhill, just missing on a pass into the slot. Bishop was trying to get a stick there.
We got offside here?
And a whistle.
Thought maybe we get a cross check there. We're going all the way down.
Nope, they're going to drop the puck just outside the Gophers' blue line. 12:01 left here, second period. Tommies have added 2 goals and the Gophers 1. And we're at 5-2. Some fast tempo, explosive skating here. And good job. He certainly fooled me on that pass. Got the tip. Did Bishop and goes puck hunting behind the net. Trying to sear in and close up. This one's lifted into the bench of the Gophers, and the faceoff will come back.
Heads up. A little jerky down here.
Got it. That'll come just to the left, I believe, of Eichner.
I think it's maybe back in the zone here.
Yep, that's where it should be. Ready on this faceoff. Luke Myers will take the draw. Who do you consider the best faceoff player for Minnesota?
Oh man, I think Bish might be up there. I'd say Bish probably. Ethan is really good too as well. Bish and Ethan, number 3 here.
Tip pass, backhand, and now got some smoke on those skates coming, but poke check right at the blue line. Gophers forced to come right back out again. Half wall, drops it. Near point, the pass couldn't quite connect, but they still hold the zone. Do the Gophers. Trying to dial up some pressure. We approach midway of this game. Back behind now to Peterson. Peterson tries to get a wraparound. Save stayed, and then he was tried to be moved off the puck by a couple of the Tommy players. A backhand, this one to the top of the faceoff circle. Now the half wall swooping in, coming in. Some numbers, good speed, good explosive move there on the doorstep. A couple extra punches and a little pushing and shoving continues. And the whistle is there as Preston Moses out of Maple Grove, part of.
I'm kind of curious on how they're going to call this one, Joe.
Yeah.
Either Preston's going to go or the number 6. And no one's going.
Well, that's how it went.
I mean, did I just see what you just saw? I mean, he's whistle. All right, well, hey, no penalties. Maybe this is their first and second
Maybe
game.
It was just a spasm, something in the arm.
Right.
Back through and forced back in their own end.
You think a big game like this, you'd have a referee crew that's been probably out and about maybe 1 or 2 times.
From behind, ouch. Put down on that check. Still skating in here, looks on, doorstep, backhand, goal, hat trick.
There it
That's
is.
a hattie for Drew Fisher. He's got some good mitts.
Yeah, the kid's got some talent. I'll tell you what, you give him the puck, he's going to do some damage around that net. And, another rebound shot, no, it wasn't a rebound. He actually blocked it himself.
Stopped it short and then tucked it into the corner of the sock drawer.
Right, not much Jack could do on that. Just kind of watch that happen.
6-2 lead now for the Tommies, and we are at the midway mark of this match. It's 10 minutes left in this second period. And Fisher has himself a hattie. Drew Fisher, 11 goals last year and 3 here tonight. That first line has 4 of the 6 goals for the Tommies. Gophers try to skate in. Go behind, the pass up front, disrupted and sent right back out. Anthony Madigan leaves it there, and this one's wristed high and into the netting, and a face-off. there as Anthony Madigan, one of the others on that line, on a beautiful pass by Fisher to Madigan in that first period, set up AM's goal in that first. 9:38. If they can win this face-off, one good thing leads to the other. Pinching it off. Wrister here, and
yeah, I can't imagine what's going through the minds right now. You know, I mean, frustration obviously is going to be there, but I was thinking about, you know, just like a minute ago, it's like maybe having Luke maybe call a timeout here. Let's get these guys kind of regrouped a little bit, you know?
absolutely, and
Although, you know what, sometimes
moving it
you
back
gotta
out.
take it as you go and see what happens. See what the Gophers are made of here. That's what we got to figure out.
Shot above the dot there on the rebound, tagging it off, poking, prodding, goal. It's a goal. Minnesota has cut in again.
Hey.
Individual effort leads to another fine effort by a teammate there for Minnesota, and you can see them poking, prodding at it, and getting a goal, number 21 for the Gophers.
Yeah, hey, Jack Sand around that net, he's going to grind like everybody else is, you know. He's just as good as a player as anybody on that ice. You give him in front of that net, and he just showed you. I mean, look at whack, 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 and that puck went in. Then he gets beat up a little bit, but hey, the damage already done, the goal's in, and the celebration happens. That's good to see. We needed a big answer like that, and good for Jack, good for the Gophers.
Hey, that's a great answer, and Sand picks up his 5th goal of the season.
I would say the goal of this period is, to get this back into within 2 goals, and then see what happens in the third.
Whistle for the offside for the Tommies.
Maybe try to focus on maybe drawing a couple penalties here. That'd be really nice to catch these guys off guard a little bit.
Tommies win the face-off, but yeah, like you said, Jimmy, win one thing at a time now. See what you can do to play it tight and maybe draw a penalty.
You know, it could be like a little psychological warfare here too, saying, hey, you're up by, 4 or 5 goals, and then the Gophers come back. Next thing you know, they're down 2 and gets them on their game.
It's all
That's
that.
why we play 3 periods, JoJo.
Yep, and it's all about the mindset, right? Getting yourself set and staying with it here. Icing is the call, and that'll go all the way back into the Gophers' end of the ice.
You know, even a great answer for Jack down here. You know, he's getting the raw into that deal in a couple of these goals. You know, as a goaltender myself, you know, you get a little frustrated with your own play, but you know what? And when you watch your team come back and fight like they are, that's a good confidence builder too for the goalie to kind of keep battling himself too.
And that last goal by Drew Fisher, what great hands.
Yeah.
Stops that puck before it gets to Jack. Controls it and then puts the backhand in the bottom sock drawer nicely. Across now, here come the Tommies. They'll stop, wait for some support. Support there comes for the Gophers. The Gophers going to try to work it up along the board. It's held in, far side, shot, goal! That might have gone 5-hole on Jack. There's a blistering wrister from the far point.
I don't know if he's green here or what. We'll find out here. That looks like it was
just changed pace.
Yep. Maybe a little bounce here or there, went 5-hole on him.
Well, they're continuing, unfortunately, to answer for every goal that the Gophers have scored here in this second period. It was a 3-1 game at the end of the first period. And St. Thomas has put up a crooked number 4, and a crooked number also for the Gophers at 2. Far side trying to work it through and get a little mojo going here is Torty.
Well, got to keep answering.
You have to. Continuing to push. Torty gets out to that dot here and pushed from behind.
Man,
is Will Anderson.
Right there. Holy cow.
Yeah, those are some dangerous checks in the corner, so close to the gas and from the back.
These aren't small kids either. I mean, these kids are 200 pounds, and you get a cross check in the back like that, close to these boards. Oh.
Okay, one too many on the ice there for the Tommies. 7 and change left in the second period. Cross, nice pass right on the stick. Hops in at the last minute. Over top of the stick of the Tommies, and they still continue to try to control in the corner. Choi is there, but now working it back behind, and it's Engelbrecht shadowing forward there, and Madigan coming out. Now, Gophers gain the line, still with it. Good job that time. Good screen as well by Bishop as he escorted his teammate towards the net, and they fired the biscuit just off the mark from the dot. Good stick work. Numbers quickly evolve here now for Minnesota. Bouncing puck, trying to settle on the near side. There is Keegan Johnson. Trying to hold the zone. Good job doing just that. Minnesota got a little buzz going on here. The shot save is made on the doorstep. But you can tell when they start dialing up that buzz, Jimmy, that something's going to happen. And this line is doing just that right now, the first line.
This line's have been doing it pretty much the whole game. It's, you know, they need to, this line needs to take control of the game too as well, just like that Fisher line with St. Thomas. These boys need a little boost of confidence right here and just start rocking.
Puck visible finally. To get the stick in and send it back out near center ice. 5.5 to play. Second period. A long pass. Good job to stop it, put it in play. Good individual effort there. You saw Joey Greenland anticipate where that puck was going to go and went over to the ball, Ward, and trapped it, put it down, put the shot. And
yeah, what was huge back there was that Sammy Marcel, you know, he finished his checkout behind the net there, giving Greeny, you know, a good chance to get that puck to go towards the net. And once again, you know, St. Tommy's defensemen get that stick in front of that shot, deflecting that thing out of bounds. I mean, it's huge, huge defensive plays here.
To the corner, Greenland there, dishes it out to the side. Good hand to the goal. Scored for the Gophers. Oh my.
Another big answer, boys.
Quick hands and burying it back of the net that time. And
Superman Sammy.
Sam Margol gets his first goal of the season. Quick hands on that setup as he got a good rebound, kept that puck low, and
that's what I was saying. Oh. This game is this line needs to get this. A lot of these guys need to get a little confidence. You know, when you're getting drilled like this in a game, you got to stay focused. You got to stay positive as much as you can. You know, and they just keep chipping away here. You know, it's a long, long game. There's a lot of time left in this game. It's not exactly playing bad. You know.
7-4 back.
Shut those boys down. Shut that line down.
A juicy rebound that time, but it was diffused by some great play by the Gophers to get it to the wall. And then tied up this time by Jack here, south of 5 minutes at 4:56 to play. This second period started, it was a 3-1 lead for the Tommies. They've put up 3, as have the Gophers. A boxcar in terms of goals scored for the teams combined in this second period. Win the faceoff, could not win that pass up. Torque kind of moves it back up near center ice. And now the backhand swept to the corner. And the Gophers are on the hunt for the puck. Trying to apply some pressure if you can cut that deficit to 2.
Tell you what, a lot of lows down here. He's just flying.
Good stick work again, trying to feed it across. Moses with his effort. Into the corner and playing downhill. One-timer. Ovi-like on that attempt, but couldn't get enough on the puck. Circles back over the logo and being bothered
offside.
here.
Yeah.
And offside.
That was borderline. I'll tell you what, that was really, really close.
They came in
Get a
and
little
bracket
play of
it.
that action right there, Johnny.
Oh,
I don't know if we want to play that one.
that reminded me of a little episode of Jaws.
Yeah, right.
They were in pursuit, and the Hunters, as they trapped Minnesota, but Tommies whistled for the offside.
We'll take that one. Take that one all day long.
They win the face-off, skated in, now a chance down below. Shot here up ice. Good job to disrupt by Keegan Johnson.
This
Cross.
is the guy.
Here
Keegan
we
Johnson
go.
needs to fire away here. We need to get Keegs a goal under his belt right now. Let him get rolling.
2 goals on the season for Keegan. Tyler Bishop 4, and Sand as his 5th earlier today and this evening. Turned it around. They're point blank on the corner. Deflects behind. Bishop with it now. Bishop circles, continues to circles. Now puts the backhand, ends up on the stick there for the Tommies. Keegan Johnson back controls pass over the logo to Bishop, and that first line will head to the bench.
How about you? But it looked like the Tommies are getting a little tired.
They do. You talked about some of that continued physical play. The ice happens here. About 3 minutes left in the second period, and you're right. Now's the time maybe to pounce on that fatigue.
I'll tell you, you play a physical game for 2 big periods. That's going to take a toll on you. You can just watch the demeanor of some of these kids that have been, the first period going into the second period. A lot of hanging heads. A lot of people are, you just watch this. It's going to be interesting. The third period is going to be quite interesting here.
Off the face-off, squirts right on goal.
We are talking beginning of the year, and the conditioning's a big, big part of hockey, as you know. And these guys don't get a lot of ice time, so we'll see. Conditioning's gonna have a big part of this game maybe at the end of the game here.
Got to get those legs and lungs under you.
Right on.
They remove the Tommy centerman, bring in someone fresh for the draw. They pick it up due to the Tommies. Ring it along the board here, clutched right there, just missing on even bigger check. Back behind, pulling it down. Is that going to be a penalty? And they're going to play on.
We got to get some kind of call here.
One-timer, beautiful stop. Another wonderful stop by Jack. He is in the zone. He's going to wake up this team and cut it back to within 2 when you play inspired like he has between the pipes. A couple of really impressive saves by Jack here in the last minute. And usually your team can respond.
Be more impressive when we get a penalty here in favor of the Gophers, baby.
Unable to control that time. Ethan Peterson off his stick. Moving it back behind their net. Good job to hold the zone at least a little longer for Minnesota on that effort by Luke Myers. You can tell, I think you're right with the tiredness, because right now the Tommies not quite as easily coming out of their own end. This a power move here, nice play defensively to take the player off the puck. 90 seconds left in high-scoring second period.
Yeah.
6 goals total. Little toe drag, but lost it. But he tried to bring it back to the front of the stick. Back behind center ice. Here's the numbers. Quickly back on the chance. So look, a shot. A glove save. Controlled there by...
To you hockey players out there, watch this play here as you're coming in. I don't know if we're going to get a replay on that, but when you get a shot on goal, get a shot where you're going to get a rebound. Don't be shooting it into the goalie's chest or you got to get that shot down low and get some kind of rebound. The majority of goals in this game, what do they come off? Rebounds, right?
You got it.
You can't have that chest up high or into the gloves. You got to think when you're making that shot one-on-one with the goalie. Very seldom you're going to beat a goalie, on the glove side or what have you, but get that rebound. That's very crucial.
Maybe get a nice juicy bounce off the pads for your winger coming the opposite side. Waiting to the exact last moment to swipe at that puck. Close to an ice. Waved off at that last minute. He had to put a stick on that one, did Jack. Back the other way. Here comes Minnesota. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That
What
would
are
have
you
been...
going to do here?
Messing with some knee injuries with moves like that. Back again. Here comes Minnesota between the legs. Unable to control a drop pass picked up. And now back the other way comes Sand. Sand jumps it in. They'll make some line changes here. 25 seconds left in the second period, which has not lacked activity. This one lofted high in the air. We're going to get an ice with 14 remaining. So quickly coming out and getting the power play just seconds into the second period, and then Fisher didn't waste any time. In fact, 5 seconds into that man advantage early in that second period.
You know, it gets back to what I was talking about too, is like, you know, conditioning. It's like you haven't really seen much of that line, you know, this last part of the period.
Correct. Face off, another ice. What are you getting?
Although they are playing, you know, St. Thomas is, you know, they're playing smart. I mean, they're doing what they can to dump that ice, you know, dump the puck, you know, saving some kind of energy. I mean, they know this game's not over yet. 3-goal game here, you know. Penalty isn't, not one penalty here in the second period.
One to start.
We did? Yeah, that's right, one to start.
The one that came 20 seconds in. Two periods complete, and something tells me that the scoring isn't done yet.
No.
7-4 lead for the Tommies. 6 goals tallied here in period number 2, 3 aside. And
make some more popcorn. Get that soda refreshed. We're going to be in for a barn burner in the third period here, I can tell you right now.
That we are. We'll get you caught up on the scoring as well here for this second period, and we'll return for an exciting third period. Joe Rulin along with Jimmy Thurman, and we'll return for that third period in a moment.
All right.
Welcome back here on the campus of St. Thomas University.
Are we on, boss? All right.
We are back and ready for period number 3, certainly.
Well, load up your bag of popcorn and let's get ready to rock and roll.
So it was a goal farm that happened in that second period.
Man.
Unbelievable amount of goals. Countered Fisher. Picked himself up a hat trick in that second period alone. He had the first 3 goals.
And not one hat on the ice. With all these people, the crowd out here, I can't believe no one.
Not a hat at all, that's right. And then Gino Gotti picked up the 4th goal for St. Thomas in that second period for that 7-4 lead. Meanwhile, scoring for Minnesota was Mogren, assisted by Kuzniak, followed by Sand unassisted, and then Margell assisted by Will Anderson. Mm-hmm. And also wasn't Kuba. Sorry.
Yep.
There. Well,
DJ Kuba.
That's it. What was the chatter in the locker room? How did the boys get themselves back up here? Did they feel like they're starting to wear them down a bit?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, the things that we talked about up here is, you know, hey, you know, stay out of the box is going to be crucial in this period. Stay with the physicality. Don't do any foolish things, no retaliation or anything like that. If we can draw some penalties and get back into this game, very crucial in the first 5 minutes is going to happen in this period here. We'll see what happens, how it plays out, but you know, we just got to stick to playing our game. You know, like we talked about earlier, conditioning is going to be a big factor in this game. These guys have been going, you know, balls to the wall here for 2 periods for, you know, 40 minutes. We got another 20 minutes of hockey, and we're going to see how well these boys are conditioned here. So it's going to be a fun period. I'm kind of excited to see what's going to transpire here. And I know the Gophers are ready for it, and I know the Tommies are too. So, Joe, we got our hands full here.
Yeah, when you look at it from a power play goals, 3 of the 7 goals have come on the power play for St. Thomas. Then you look at the countering of the goals that took place in that second period. It was 3 aside, 3-3. So when they're even strength, they're going toe-to-toe.
Right.
And let's see if maybe they can wear them down here early in this third and get that goal, and all of a sudden you have what do we have going here? A little momentum shift.
You're going to see the Tommies probably play a defensive-minded third period here. Kind of curious on what the coach is going to have to play here. So the dump and chase kind of deal. And here we go.
Puck there, controlled now. Engelbrecht was there. He scored the first goal of the game for both teams and gave the Gophers a 1-0 lead in that first period on an even strength goal. Tommies then went on and scored 4 unanswered goals before the Gophers responded. Here comes Ethan Peterson. Pass dropped up and put right on the stick. Coming back the other way is Wheaton. Oh my.
That's impressive.
Winston Wheaton had an assist in that first period and now gets his own goal. And at 8-4.
Where'd that go? Underneath his shoulder there, under blocker, look like. I didn't see
We can
that.
take one more look at that if possible.
But that's definitely not how the boys want to start this period. Wheaton come up with a powerful shot there. Like you said, you give these boys, these high caliber, goal scorers, they're gonna put that puck away.
Just 57 seconds into the first period. Tommy's answered and now double up on the Gophers at 8-4. Let's see how the Gophers respond here with that second line out there circling and trying to get something going. In front, almost a chance. Poking, prodding there is Ethan Peterson. Trying to tally his second goal. There you get a look.
I just missed it.
Take one more look here as we reset on that goal coming in.
Yeah, good, nice shot.
A little rising wrister coming in.
Great shot underneath that blocker pad. I'll tell you what, you're going to score a majority of your goals there. Well, it's an answering game for the Gophers here tonight, so we'll see how things they turn out here. Yeah,
you know what? You kind of want to build the momentum as you get ready also for this weekend.
Yes.
It's a matchup, but first, not quite done yet. This team can score in a hurry and many. There's a good shot with traffic all around, trying to screen out in front that time was Mogren. He had a goal in the second period, his first of the season, did Noah Mogren.
Tate with a nice shot there, a little too high, but the goalie clearly had an eyeball, his eyes on that shot. Some traffic out front, but you got to get more traffic out in front of that net. Defense has got to also take in mind that looking at saying, hey, if I got a clean shot, you got to do something, shoot in the crowd, do some kind of different shot take on that, I think.
Fisher directs the puck on net after a race to the puck there versus the Gophers and puts it on goal, forcing Jack to make that save.
It's funny when you look at Fisher, number 22 here for St. Thomas, and you look at Sunshine, number 15. These both they look very similar, don't they?
They do, very much so.
They skate almost, it's amazing.
Identical styles.
Yes, right. Helmets are kind of the same way. They just
set behind a good turn and fire that missed the net. Let's see, as the Gophers trying to reciprocate. We pick up a little physical play here to maybe try to wear down the Tommies.
Yeah.
Working a net, stopping on a dime. Good setup by Am, then he comes right back out. Anthony Madigan that time tried to feed a line mate there, and Austin Stone King with the pass. First line out there as well for Minnesota. Bishop trying to stir it up and get a little juice going. Here's the chance if they can control and settle the puck. A little late in getting it done, but they hold the zone. This one goes just wide of the mark. Shot here from the near point.
Should be a nice, no.
Sent all the way back. They wave the ice south of 17. Ahead. Trying to move around and hold that speed. Jack Sand trying to get his second goal here tonight. One and done, back the other way. Tommies want to fire a shot. A shot just above the dot that time, secured and locked in. Coming over to push aside Maybe some conversation happening. Is that going to happen when you're in goal?
Yeah, you know, I don't know who that number 20 here for St. Thomas.
Gino Gotti.
Gino Gotti comes, you know, you're up 4 goals, you're going to come in a little do a spray on the goalie. That's kind of uncalled for. That's unlucky. Lucky Will should have kept this goalie better, right? Just kind of
coming out of the own end now, and numbers. Drop pass there. Kicked it up. That was by Tate. Losing possession. The Tommies ring it along the board. Trying to hold possession here in the corner, digging it out. Finally, it's away. Rings it to the far side, pinching in. And a look there, Novak, John Novak. It gets by, leaks through, and a long pass up ahead. Good hands. Sand has it. Sand tries to center, and then gets another attempt and puts it through the blue. Keegan Johnson was trying to cut in and get a tip. Unable to do that, back the other way. Here comes the Tommies and matriculates that puck through. And finally, it's Logan Gotti doing some of that work. Quick wrister looking for his second goal in as many shots. That time was Winston Wheaton for the Tommies. He catches up with the puck at neutral ice.
It should be nice to see Keegan Johnson get rewarded here tonight with his hard work. Well, I'll tell you, he's been going at it all game here today and doing everything he can to kind of stir up what he can, and he's been playing that puck really well, hustling like crazy. I'm hoping that number 9 clock's winning here for the game winner.
Yeah, he certainly plays a full sheet of ice when he's out there.
Yeah, he's one of those special kids, you know.
To the corner, contact there behind the net, working to weave and a crisscross there on to the side. Ethan has his stick lifted. As Peterson back the other way, trying to feed a team down in that low slot. Was the Tommies out in front off the deflection. A fluttering puck settled and sent it right back behind. Choi will get to the puck first and lead it up near center ice. Good pass right to the stick and the tape. Moving through, good wrister. Good connection. In just seconds, as you can see, an accurate pass by Choi really emerged a great opportunity.
Right. Luke Myers really quick right there. I mean, that right there, that's, you know, that's how quick things can change in a hockey game, you know.
They can hit the gear at any level, and one good pass will do that. Coming in is Myers, trying to see if there's a loose puck there, but none to be had. He hits the ice. As we mentioned, coming into this matchup, 2-2-1 for your Minnesota Gophers.
Yep.
This is the 6th game of the season. And for St. Thomas, they are 1-1. You take on Bethel this weekend.
Bethel this weekend.
And Bethel comes in, hadn't played a lot of games yet, at least in the standings earlier today. They are 1-0. Back again, a good wrister that time, almost able to beat that time Van Eigner. Dialing up, wanted the shot, but it was poked away by the Tommies. At the blue line, holding the zone. Good second effort that time by Minnesota. And right on that blue line was Mogren. Mogren gets to the puck again, whistles it behind the net, forcing the Tommies back to retreat. Working here, but they just continue to pound. That's Dylan Buteau. Buteau lifted the stick, got the puck back. Now he finds it in the corner, keeps the stick down and disrupts that pass. And here comes Minnesota. Straddling the line, comes in. There's a loose puck, still loose, still trying to figure it out and maybe find a deposit in the back of the net, but freezing the puck for the faceoff is Van Eigner. What are you seeing so far here, Jimmy?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, just right there, for example, I mean, a nice quick shot on goal. The goalie didn't get control of it. You know, they pounced on him as much as they could. You know, you got to get hungry. You know, we have 13 minutes left here. I mean, any opportunity that you can get, you got to take full advantage of it.
Period number 3. A shot there, rebound almost. They're creating some great opportunities.
Yeah. Exactly, and the goalie's playing really well. I mean,
hey, you think you convert on maybe one or two of those, and
right.
suddenly you start to spark. 12.5 to play, third period. Gophers trying to dig it out in the corner. They do. Now pass across. Beautiful glove save. Oh,
there.
The senior swipe with that flash in the leather. Beautiful glove save.
Oh, Coop is like, okay. The goalie's best friend, that old glove.
Oh, man. Look at the snipe, though, right here just below the dot.
Yeah.
Quality look. Quality plays on both ends. Reset here, the face-off to the corner. There's Bishop there first, getting a shot on is Sand. Springs out a good-sized rebound, but not able to hold and sustain that pressure. Quickly back is Torty. Torty. Kind of a distorted pass, deflected, I believe, by maybe his teammate there back behind, and a little slow to get up is Bishop. Bishop.
Bish is hurt here. I don't know if he hit his
Bishop
shoulder.
Trying to get back, and his shoulder is holding that shoulder. He's to the bench. We'll keep an eye on Bishop as he hits there. Shot save made. Good focus by Jack between the pads and making that one. Another shot here goes to that far corner, and the Gophers try to work their way out and control the puck. Now spinning, circling, stopping, and rolls off the stick of the Tommy player. That time by Logan Gotti.
Trying to keep an eye down here, and
by
Bish,
all
what
means,
happened
you want
here?
to keep an eye on Bishop. Tommy's have it now, and trying to weave a pass through. Good job, a disruptive pass there by Minnesota at center ice. Ethan Peterson will try to get there first, but beat him by the inch on the stick. South of 11 to play in this third period. One goal that just scored here in this third period, and that was by Wheaton. A rising wrister by Wheaton.
Beautiful shot by Wheaton. I mean, I'll tell you, we always talk about where you shoot on a goalie. That shot Wheaton had on there below the blocker pad right there, you're going to score majority of the times that you shoot like that.
Circling, speeding, exploding now in. Drop pass set here. Good shot, and the save is made. Covered up. No rebound to be had. But, hey, getting a little bit of that crisscross mix going, stirring it up. The shot was taken by Kreutzmann.
Look at this angle. I like that.
I like that. Some good technique as well, going side to side.
Yeah.
So, question, how heavy do you think the blocker pads were when you started hockey?
Oh.
And what is the weight on those today?
I'll tell you, probably by the pound. Because the thing is, when back in the day, that old leather, man, that got wet and it didn't dry out. These pads here, I mean, they're super light already. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I would have had these pads back in my day, who knows what would have happened. But I remember I've been the old DNR pads, throwing them over the shoulders. They're probably 50 pounds, 100 pounds.
Oh, gosh.
And boy, did they smell.
Big shot, save. I was listening to a podcast about the goaltending components, and gosh, it's slipping my mind. A recent death of a stellar goalie in the NHL, and I'll get it here shortly, but they were talking about the size of the pads. They were talking, with Drysdale, but it was just amazing to hear the differences in the techniques and what transpired back in those early 70s and mid 70s.
I think I told you that story a while back, what game we were doing, and I put the pads on probably a few years ago, and I couldn't believe night-and-day difference. It was like I had nothing on. And I was waiting for, to go down, be like, okay, you have back those heavy pads, but man, they're just so light, It was a lot of fun.
Oh, man. Timeout, what do you think we're chatting about here?
we need a couple goals. We need a couple penalties, maybe. I don't know.
And the officials having a discussion.
I
don't know if it's the time that didn't come off the clock or now 20 seconds put back on. That was what the discussion. They kept the clock running after that whistle. 9, so we're already midway through this third period.
Good catch down there by Coach Timmy.
Working through here, half wall. And through John Davidson was someone that the goalie I was thinking of.
John Davidson?
Yes, former with the Rangers in the day. Back up, I'll get it for you here in a minute. Not Van Beesbrook.
Okay.
Beezer, but he was still pretty young in that because Richter replaced him.
And to remember, my days of playing goalies, then we had the old Cooperalls.
Oh yes, yes.
We put the Cooperalls with the sweatpants, and you're off to the races.
That is too funny. That's right. I forgot about those Cooperalls.
They had those big old 50-pound greasers either. So that was another thing that was super cool. You wore those greasers and you just put your sweaties on, and you were off. You were ready to go. Then you had the Cooperall tops too. That's how I broke my shoulder my senior year. I'll never forget it. I was got onto the ice and got in the net. Scuffed up the crease there a little bit, turned around, and one of my graduates, John Heitzman, came in, took a slap shot from the very top of the key. It hit me right square in the shoulder and broke my shoulder.
God.
I'll never forget that.
Jeez.
That was just just crushing.
Ken Dryden was the goalie I was thinking of.
Who was the speed skater, Dryden? Remember the speed skater?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Ken Dryden. I know who you're talking about. That was a Ranger goalie, right? Rangers?
No, he was with the Canadians for a while. And then there was also Eddie Jockerman with the Rangers. That was picking at my brain, but it was a great podcast. It was a great conversation about technique and some of those elements. I also had a good story about Tom Reed from Ken Dryden about how he was never worried about a shot being taken or a goal, and he talked about his nightmare when Reed scored just outside the blue line, how he lost vision of that puck, and Tommy Reed doesn't let him go. Here we go back again as Minnesota through the neutral zone trying to win the race to the puck. Back again. It's a drop pass there. Good read, good eyes, good vision of the ice. Almost set up AM.
Yeah, that Gino Gotti, man, he's got some eyeballs in the back of his head, boy. I tell you, I don't know how he saw whoever that was.
That was Madigan coming in.
Boy, oh boy.
You probably know with Madigan, he's always charging, crashing towards that net.
Right.
As Minnesota unable to handle that puck and settle it. South of 7 to play. An 8-4 lead for the Tommies here on this Thursday night ice on the campus of the University of St. Thomas University. This facility here, relatively new. I want to say it's within the 30 days that they had sprung this. They haven't officially opened up the new ice arena, but will be coming.
They don't have, most rinks they have the loop around, or we could walk around the rink.
Right.
Kind of shocked that they don't have that around here.
This will be a good, comparative, good show here tonight. I would say lining up here, coming back to start the third period. Pretty well packed, and there's about 5-6 rows of bleachers just below us.
Yeah, we have a full house here for sure. Usually when these two teams play, it's such a big rivalry,
Get a lot of local players.
Yeah, I'm sure we got a lot of people on Showcase watching here on YouTube. Always get a good showing here.
ACHA play coming your way here tonight, and again, the Gophers taking on Bethel coming up here on Saturday and Sunday. A chance to kind of avenge this loss and get those winning ways back in order, but still not done here, as the Gophers would like to cut into this deficit.
Yeah. You know, for some odd reason, to me, it just does not seem like an 8-4 game to me. You know what I mean? It's like,
correct.
There's been a lot of goals here, but man, it's just been such a quick. These teams are actually really, really close in talent-wise. It's going to be interesting, down the road here when we play again.
Good puck moving in, but then it's deflected into the netting.
But the first two periods were such active. I mean,
they were
a physical game. I mean, I don't think you could play three. That's like playoff hockey right there. You know?
Oh, that was intense.
It was crazy.
Intense, high energy. It's like heavyweight boxers
right.
exchanging punches. Tough to do for 15 rounds. Tommies win this faceoff. Shearer sends it over to the far point. Guided back now near behind the net. Shearer again, and then he absorbs a big-time check that time by Mogren. It looked like he and Mogren had been exchanging some conversations throughout the night.
In the first period, those two were going jaw-jacking back and forth, Big Mike and Mogi.
Loads up on a check there and back now. Tommy circle behind the net. Good. Quick shot on goal, trying to sneak it in short side. Wheels it all the way back. And now the Gophers will carry in. They overskate. Haven't had a chance to see any updates here with Bishop and his injury when he went off with that shoulder.
Point. I was wondering.
Moving in, backhand, tried to tuck it in and a goal. What stick work in a phone booth that was.
Wow, what a move.
Connor Stoffel gets his second goal of the game, maybe bookend goals, as he got the first goal out of Hastings, Minnesota. Yep, pass ahead.
That's a big move right there. I'll tell you, but better off, what a pass to create that whole.
That entry right back in. Right to the tape.
Beautiful.
9-4 lead now for the Tommies. Stoffel's second goal. He's looking for his hat trick.
Sometimes you know that assist is better than the goal.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, just a beautiful dime.
Yeah.
Oh. Carrying in off the deflection and Chill trying to move it in. Big blaster, pad save, guides it now to the half wall, and Minnesota will move it up ice. Settling the puck, moving it to the corner, a backhander swept there, and crashing in front, little pushing and shoving after that. And you could see coming in that time, wanted to see if there was going to be a rebound. Yeah. And now a little pushing and shoving, in comes Joey Greenland.
Old Danny Pasqua was a little embarrassed about getting pushed around, so he had to come around and throw his weight around a little bit. You ain't gonna push number 13 too much around on that ice. I'll tell you that. I don't care. Yeah, they're both gonna go. Good call. A little frustration on both players. More on Pasqua, I think, but
absolutely. And you see it sometimes. He was crashing that net because it was a nice puck put on goal. You can never tell when that thing's going to leak and squeak out from behind the mitts or what have you. So they'll skate forward side.
Play hard till the whistle's blowing, right?
You got it. If you're not, you're going to be in some precarious spots.
Yeah.
Push to the ice there. South of 4 to play. And it's 4-on-4. It's the Tommies recircle in their own end. Drop it and move up ice now here. Over skating. Pickpocketed. Back comes Sand. Sand with a look here on a drop pass. A wrister right on goal. Keegan Johnson.
Oh. He's just been begging for the goal here tonight.
Pressure again. Good job to get a stick on it. Now trying to come right back out in front. A backhand here disrupted by Minnesota. Keegan Johnson looking for a quick change out. And Luke Myers will take that role. Also circling back out now is Bruner. Fisher with a hat trick already. that all happened in the second period for him. He's got a hat trick and a couple of assists tonight. They'll direct it to the corner. 45 seconds left on a 4-on-4 here on this Thursday night matchup. Dropping it across. Bruner. And now puts it on a stick of Luke Myers. He'll have to recircle. Reset here to Peterson. Peterson was going to feed him a little give and go, but now a 2-on-1 evolves and emerges here. One-timer, goal! Set it up. Pickpocket at that time, and Anthony Madigan picks up his second goal of the night on that slap shot.
That's a tough one to stop right there.
It all kind of happened just outside the blue line as Peterson was just going to give a little give and go handoff to the teammate, but poked free. A 2-on-1 emerged, and Madigan wasted little time. Again, last year, 22 goals for Anthony Madigan. He has 2 here tonight. And that line alone has scored half of the goals.
Quite impressive.
For the Tommies. Still 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And it's a 10-4 lead now for St. Thomas. Both players out of the box. Poke checked away at the entry point on the blue line. Trying to sweep a backhand by, and Jack is keeping it live and active, but we'll get an ice, and they'll bring it all the way back down to the Minnesota end of the ice. And boy, I'm not sure what those shots are legitimate, but I would say they're probably, I know they're over 50, 55 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
With the 63.
I know, I saw that. That number has been changing more tonight than the Dow Jones numbers.
You're right.
So I can assure you, I would say the shots definitely are over 50 shots on goal that Jack has faced tonight. Outstanding job. 90 seconds now left as they exchange the puck over the logo. Carry in. Shot, pad save, kick down low, and with 1:10 left, trying to win the race to the puck there. Sealed off. Both players to the ice. And the Tommies will look to go just above 500 now with a mark of 2-1 after tonight's win. But it's a good time to kind of reset here for the Gophers, and they can reset it. It's good to get back out on the ice and put this game behind you.
Yeah, you know, the plus on this deal is that, you know what, hey, in order to, you know, get to where you want to go on the goals of the year, you got to beat teams like this, you know, and you know, the good thing is we play these guys early in the year. We're going to play them again. You know, you remember games like this. You know, hey, we got this shellac, you know, 10-4. What's going to happen next game? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, the guys aren't going to forget this. They're going to know what happened in this game, and they're going to work even harder to get to where they need to get. So, you know, that's what we can take out of this game. You know, kudos to these guys, to Tommies. They've always been a great team. You know, that line that they have is a force to be reckoned with. So we'll do our homework, and we'll get to where we need to be.
Gophers would probably like to try to score at least that one goal here in this third period.
Right.
But and the one thing you kind of hope is that Bishop is healthy.
Yeah,
is that he's okay. We'll find out that.
I want to get down there right now and kind of see what's going on.
Nice to see him back in the lineup for Saturday night's game. If that's feasible by first thing.
You want to close off here?
I will close off, and Jimmy, thanks for joining us. And go check on the team, have a final conversation. We'll see you Saturday night as you take on Bethel. And tonight, a tough loss for the Minnesota Golden Gophers in ACHA play. They drop it by a score of 10-4 over the St. Thomas Tommies as an explosive series of periods. They put up 3 more here in this third period as St. Thomas 4 in that second period and 3 in the first, including a hat trick in that second period for Fisher. But hey, for Joe Rulon along with Jimmy Truman, this has been men's ACHA hockey as St. Thomas Tommies defeat the Minnesotan Golden Gophers by a score of 10-4. We'll see you on Saturday night as the Gophers take on Bethel. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price, and thanks for joining us.